braking, and oh. Today we're driving a 2024 Porsche Taycan. I know, electric cars are the devil. I think this car does a pretty good job of making electric cars fun. This is the drive button right there. I'm so used to having everything right here. Something to get used to. Go ahead and turn. I'm gonna get the heated and cooled seats. Oh, there's a story I want to share about heated and cooled seats. So the first time I got into a car with cooled seats, it was a Mercedes E-Class, but I didn't know. So I started fidgeting over in the passenger seat, and my friend's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dude." And he goes to tell me that the cooled seats are on. I was like, I think fucking God I didn't piss myself.
I gotta pee. You gotta pee. Heck yeah, I gotta pee.
One of the things that I've always noticed about EVs is they have this sort of cumbersome kind of feel to them, even though the center of gravity is relatively low. Most Taycans weigh about 5,000 pounds, and equivalent EVs as well weigh, let's say, weight class. They all don't carry the weight particularly well. I rode in a Model 3 dual motor, and that car felt so weird. Granted, it was one of my first EV experiences. The instant torque combined with the dampening that just honestly wasn't done that well. That car didn't really inspire the confidence that I came to expect with a car that has that much power. Which, granted, a dual motor is nothing compared to a P100D. It's shadowed on by a Plaid. This car is relatively smooth. Actually, not relatively smooth. It is smooth. Steering, obviously, it's electric, but it feels good. What I also like about it is that the seating position is pretty good. When you sit in the car and you get the seating position just right, everything should kind of line up. And Porsche does this particularly well. This is a Taycan GTS. This sits right below the turbo, right above the 4S. So this is supposed to be the happy sort of medium between the kind of ludicrous turbo and the 4S. It feels planted. It's got some pretty big tires. It's a staggered setup. All Porsches have staggered setups. It works. It feels good. It feels intentional. A lot of electric vehicles just simply don't. They feel rushed. You can really tell which manufacturers took their time and which ones were releasing their products to hit a certain benchmark, whether it be price, release date, styling, which you'll see with a lot of cars today, and especially EVs. They look all the same, and there's nothing more painful than looking into a sea of normie cars and seeing your car blend in with everyone else's car that's shaped like some type of jelly bean or dumpling.
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else!
It does have sports modes. So I'm in normal right now. So I was doing all that in normal. It has a range mode, which limits it to 60 miles an hour. Sport mode, which sharpens up the throttle response, sharpens up the steering. Sport Plus, which turns up regenerative braking. And you can hear that. I got to give you guys another launch just in case you can't. That's how an EV should sound. I don't want my EVs to try to emulate a V8.
It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the f*** are your parents?
I think that EVs are going to come into their own right by having their own sounds eventually. Like, it's these sounds that really make you feel like you're in a spaceship. And I know people are going to say, oh my God, it has no soul. It has soul. Stop saying that. there's another thing that fucking bugs me. It's when people say cars don't have soul because they don't excite them like a BMW or a Maserati or something like that. And nothing against those cars, but I think that people underestimate how soul stirring it can be to have a car that's reliable. That stirs my soul. I like my soul to not be stirred by cars that don't start all the time. Maybe that excites y'all, but not me. Fuck that. So ultimately, what do I think about the Taycan GTS? It's actually a really cool car. The car looks good. It handles well. It's really got some nice style and some nice edges to it. You can tell the overhangs are really short, and it's got those big brakes. This one doesn't have the carbon ceramics, but look at how big those brakes are. It's got the power, it's got the character. I know a lot of people say that EVs don't have character. I think it's bullshit. People are trying to fit in with a lot of the YouTubers and influencers that are saying EV cars don't have this, EV cars don't have that, and I think it's bullshit. They're missing the intent of this car. The intent of this car is to give you an exciting electric experience, which it does quite well, and it still makes it accessible to people that aren't super into EVs. I think it's a good car. Honestly, really, seriously, it's a good car. Stop giving EVs hate that they don't need. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this review. Give me a comment, let me know what I can do better. Let me know what you like, and I'll do more of that. Until the next review, Kevin Cars, peace.